So good morning, day 2 in Poland, and as you can see it's raining. Yes, the day yesterday was also gloomy. Luckily it was not raining, but today it's not just gloomy, it's also going to rain the whole day. That's the prediction from the weather forecast, and looks like it's going to rain. So today we are waiting right now at this bus stop because this is going to be our pickup point, where we are traveling to the largest concentration camp, that's called Auschwitz, right? And it's going to be a complete tour about that camp, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So here comes our coach, not this taxi, but that coach. Alright, so we have reached Auschwitz. So this is going to be our entry point. There is washroom, coffee, tea and everything. So if you want to offer, so there are vending machines, so you can go grab some snacks or some coffee or some drinks. And now we are supposed to be assembling at that assembly point near the coffee machine. Alright, so we have entered and you get these tickets. So these tickets you can scan it in multiple location, and this is where you get the audio guide. Okay, so now I've figured it out. This is a transmitter. Our guide has a microphone and we are connected to this, and that's how we can hear her. So when she's speaking, I can hear her on the headphones. So yes, so this is the receiving end and transmitting it, and that's how the audio tour is going to be. the second camp, which was built later because the earlier camp, the camp 1, the concentration camp 1, started to get overcrowded. So, and it's worked wonderfully for the Nazis, and so they decided, why not build another one. That's the concentration camp number 2, all the way till there. Okay, as you can see, we are back in the room. So the day 3 of the Poland trip comes to an end, and as you saw, we completed the part 2 of the Auschwitz concentration camp. So the whole trip for the part 2 took us 1 hour to complete, and post that was 1.5 hours of drive back to Krakow. And we reached here by around 6 o'clock. So we booked this trip from the Get Your Guide app, and the tour service provider was called See Krakow Tours, and our experience was not so good. Alright, so first of all, a day before we got a message of saying that the trip will start around 9:40 and you need to be at the starting point at 9:40. And there were once we reached there were other group of people who had traveled from UK, United Kingdom, that is, and they had received the message of being there at 9:10, so they were standing there since 9:10 a.m. and the tour bus did not arrive till 10 o'clock, right? So it was, the start itself was a little haphazard, and then so we had booked the English tour. So the driver did not speak English, so that was one challenge. The other than that, the bus was quite cramped. I, being 6 feet 1, I always find challenging in terms of legroom. So this was even quite cramped. In fact, I had to take the last seat where there is the row where there is no seats, like where the area where you walk. That's where I had to sit because my leg could not fit into any other seats. So that's how I had to adjust going to the last row where I had to have a bumpy ride the whole trip. So yeah, and so it was a very, very hush-hush trip. I understand that tour trips can be a little rushy ones, but this was too extremely rushy. It was a complete full day trip. So starting from 10 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock, that means you need to have some lunch and some evening snacks in between, or a coffee in between, right? So they only gave you 10 to 15 minutes of break, and that's not enough to have lunch. So at least for minimum you need 20 minutes to have lunch, right? So it's I do recommend to carry, if you're booking some kind of a trip. I don't know if it's only with this true traveler that we booked, it's only the case with them, or it's overall in general. So it's a high recommendation. Go pack with go prepared with packed lunch and some juices. So you do have vending machines there, like you saw on the video, where you get sandwiches, snacks, and coffee. So if you don't get it, you can get it from the vending machine. Otherwise, you can pack it, and they will only give you 10 to max 15 minutes of break. So make sure that you utilize that break, eat, replenish, because there's going to be a lot of walking the whole day. So, and coming to the tour guide, so she was not at all interesting. Oh boy, she is not at all a storyteller. She would put us to sleep. So she was a very repetitive tour guide, and she repeated things many times, and it did not make it interesting at all. It was quite boring. In fact, we were having much more fun reading the information boards that are present outside each area or specific location, right? So it was much more interesting rather than listening to that tour guide. And part 2, they had no mic. Like in the part 1 of the camp, they had mic and headphones, so we could constantly listen to her. And in the part 2 of the camp, there was no mic, no headphones, and she was speaking so loud that 2 people behind in the line or the queue on the group could not hear her. So if we always ended up reading the boards and understanding, okay, where we are and what we are doing, and what used to happen in the past. So quick understanding on the trip about the tour. The complete experience is it is not handicap friendly. So people who have difficulties walking, I would recommend to stay not opt for it, because we had one individual, one gentleman who could not walk without help of his walker, and he would not be able to walk anywhere. And in these cases, the tour guides themselves did not have any arrangement of wheelchair or any equipments which can help him out to move across faster. And in fact, I felt that they ignored him completely, and they kept their pace going with the tour guide with the rest of us. And obviously he and his wife ended up not his wife, he ended up staying in the vehicle the whole second part of the camp tour, right? So yeah, so that's a quick heads up to keep in mind. Apart from that, yes, so it's a lot of walking, that's it. And so that's what was the experience for the day 2. So if you're booking for the Auschwitz camp, the part 1 and part 2, look for another tour guide or tour operators. So make sure that you do your research and go like we did for the what was that, Tatra Mountains. Yeah, so we had booked our own tour guide, which was a good experience. That was an amazing experience, like you saw. You must have seen the video yesterday. If not, the link is coming up. The link is also in the description, so make sure that you look at it. Alright, so that is it. So tomorrow we are going to have a very interesting day. I'm going to do my own experience, go to another location. Akshita is going to a different location, having her own experience. So yes, it's going to be a very interesting day tomorrow. So make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed watching this video and it was informative for you. Until next time, see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.